few years back, when I was still employed by AT&T, the office that I served was located on site with our customer. And we got word that the AT&T Executive Vice President over our division was coming to visit our customer and would also be making an inspection and tour of our office. And I was tasked with the responsibility of making sure that everything in our office was shipshape and stowed away and, tidy up the place a little bit. Because, we've got to make a good impression, don't we? Big boss is coming. We've got to look good. I had all my people in the office remove everything off their desks and wash every crack and crevice and dust everything. I even had them taking out the computer monitors and wiping down the cords and dusting the back of the monitors. And I went around the office and I made sure that everything was hidden out of sight. All the clutter was put in desk drawers and cabinets and filing cabinets. It was just, I even went to housekeeping and I borrowed their vacuum and their Windex and we washed everything. It was beautiful. We had to be ready for that big day, didn't we? Well, the big day came and our VP had meetings with the customer all morning long. And about 11:45, when it was time for our office visit, it was probably one of the biggest letdowns of my life. It's even bigger than realizing you're out of cream after you only brew the coffee, or turkey bacon, even bigger than turkey bacon. He walked into our office and with his hand still on the doorknob, he waved at everybody, told us he ordered lunch, and have a good afternoon. That was it. But I guess something good did come out of that encounter, because it turned out that this was the same vice president who recognized me as the AT&T supervisor of the month. And we did get free food. It wasn't bacon, but it was free food. So I guess all my preparations did pay off in a strange kind of way. I just hope I got that award for my job performance as a manager and not for my dusting abilities. In our gospel lesson today, Jesus talks about a big inspection. He warns that he will come again to gather the faithful and to leave behind the unfaithful. He warns that there will be no advance warning. He warns us not to expect any warning. He will come when he comes. Jesus says that his coming will be like the day that the storm began to rage around Noah's Ark. Noah had worked on the ark for years, and his neighbors, they thought him a fool, didn't they? Then the storm came, and the floodwaters rose, and suddenly they realized that Noah was the only one who was ready. They looked around in panic to see if they could find a boat, but there were no boats to be found. There was no time to build a boat, and nobody had a boat for sale. It was too late. Pat, it was too late. Jesus says that it will be like that when he comes. Jesus says that two people will be working in the fields together. One will be taken and one will be left behind. He says that two women will be working side by side and one will be taken and the other left behind. Be ready, he says. And that's the point. Be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. There will be no advance warning. There will be no long lines in front of churches as people line up for baptism or communion or confession or for forgiveness. It'll be the ultimate come as you are party. Today, 2,000 years after Jesus lived among us, we have trouble getting excited about this message, don't we? Untold numbers of Christians have lived and died waiting for the second coming, and it hasn't come yet. So why should we get excited? Perhaps we need not get excited, but we should get ready. We should be ready. We should live ready. If we live in the right relationship with God, it won't matter if Jesus returns during our lifetime. We will live on a higher plane. We'll live more fulfilling lives. And when it comes time to die, that time will come for each one of us, sooner or later. We, in faith, death bravely, knowing that Christ has prepared a place for us, knowing that what we are leaving behind is nothing compared to what awaits us. There are countless numbers of people in this world who are, in the words of the song Old Man River, tired of living and fear of dying. Are you one of them? Are you tired of living? Are you on a treadmill? Has your life lost its luster? If your life has not gone the way you wanted it, have you given up hope? And if your life has gone the way you wanted it, are you saying to yourself, is this all there is? Are you scared to die? If the angel of death came to visit tonight, would you be ready to go? If the doctor told you that you only had 6 weeks to live, would that be a hellish 6 weeks as you frantically run around trying to take care of business and redo your will and try to get everything in order? Jesus tells us that we don't have to live like that. We don't have to die like that. We have a choice. We can live by faith in ourselves, or we can live by faith in God. We can trust our skills, our jobs, our money, our connections, or we can trust that when we walk with God, all will be well. If we choose to trust ourselves, trust our assets, or our bottom line, the day will come when all of that is snatched from our hands. Then we will have nothing. When people ask what we left behind, the answer is going to be everything. But if we choose to trust in Christ, we will have Christ in life and we will have Christ in death. There will be no moment that Christ will not walk with us. No day when Christ will not be there to give us hope, to give us strength, to give us joy. We will be able to face good times and bad times in the faith that we are in God's hands. We will be able to face life with faith and death with hope. Let me conclude with this note. Our gospel lesson is part of a 2-chapter section that ends with Jesus' vision of Judgment Day. He says that on that day he will divide the sheep from the goats. The sheep will inherit the kingdom and the goats will be consigned to hell. Everything will depend, Jesus says, on how people treated him. Whether they fed him when he was hungry. Whether they gave him water when he was thirsty. Whether they clothed his nakedness. Or whether they visited him when he was in his sick room or in prison. Jesus says that the sheep will wonder when they have done all these things for him. And the goats will wonder when they missed their opportunity. And he will answer, truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Which reminds me of something that Carl Menninger, the great psychiatrist, once said. Someone asked him what a person should do if they felt a nervous breakdown coming on. Menninger gave this advice. He said, lock up your house, go across the railroad tracks, find someone in need, and do something for them. That should give you a clue on how to proceed, how to get ready to live better, how to get ready to die better, and how to get prepared for Jesus' coming. We can prepare by believing in Christ. We can prepare by loving as he loved. We can prepare by serving Christ as we find him in our midst, in the least, the lost, the lonely, the hungry, the homeless, the naked, the prisoner. Get ready. This sermon is your advance warning. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, please join me.